Hello, friend. Beechard, Moorefield here, and welcome to Make It a Great Day. Listen to these words. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as night the day, thou canst not be false to any man. Those are the words that Shakespeare wrote in Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 3. It was Polonius talking to his son Laertes. Some great advice. Once again, this above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not be false to any man. Let me tell you something, my friend. When you lie to somebody else, or if you lie to somebody else, you first of all have to be untrue to yourself. If you deliberately hurt or injure someone else, you first of all have to be untrue to yourself. I'm talking about just hurting people. I'm not talking about defending yourself if someone assaulted you or your wife or your family. If you just deliberately go out and hurt someone, you have to first of all be untrue to yourself, because you don't want anybody to do that to you. You don't want someone to lie to you, so to lie to someone else, you first have to be untrue to yourself. Once again, Laertes said, this above all, to thine own self be true, or Polonius, I should say, said it to his son Laertes. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as night the day, thou canst not be false to any man. Mahatma Gandhi was such a man. No, he wasn't a Christian, but he was an honest man. He served probably more than any other individual to bring about the independence of India from Great Britain. When Great Britain had held, India was a treasure chest for the British. And when the British realized that Gandhi was trying to get India free, the leadership didn't like Gandhi very much. But one day he spoke at a joint session of Parliament. And he spoke for I think if history has told it correctly, he spoke for nearly 2 hours, if not more. And at the end of the 2 hours, or the time that he spoke, he had the British Parliament almost eating out of his hand. They had gone from loathing to admiring. The media approached Mr. Gandhi's secretary and asked, how can this be? How can he speak for 2 hours or longer and not use any notes at all, and always stay right on point? His secretary said this: what Mr. Gandhi thinks, Mr. Gandhi says. What Mr. Gandhi says, Mr. Gandhi does. What he was describing was pure integrity. He did what he said, and he said what he thought. So what he thought was what he did, and what he did was what he thought. You see, they're all the same. That's what makes it so great to serve God. He and His Word are one. Guard your thoughts, they become your words. Guard your words, they become your actions. Guard your actions, they become your habits. Guard your habits, they become your customs, your character. Guard your character, it becomes your legacy. These things develop. Make sure that your thinking and your speaking and your action is always the same. When you do that, you are living in integrity, and that's the way to make it a great day.